Breaking at 4, hundreds of rioters expected to be charged in the coming weeks, ranging from trespassing to murder for the assault on the U.S. Capitol. Good afternoon, I'm Samantha Jones. Late this afternoon, federal prosecutors also said they're looking into possible seditious conspiracy charges against rioters. So far, more than 160 cases have been opened, and more than 70 people are facing charges in local and federal court. And investigators say that is just the beginning. The investigation could take months, and many more charges will be filed. The FBI also says it warned local police in advance something like this could happen.
We developed some intelligence that a number of individuals were planning to travel to the D.C. area with intentions to cause violence. We immediately shared that information, and action was taken, as demonstrated by the arrest of Enrique Tarrio by the Metropolitan Police Department the night before the rally. Other individuals were identified in other parts of the country, and the travel subsequently disrupted.
Right now, investigators are working to identify more suspects, and they say more charges will be filed. U.S. Capitol Police shared these pictures today. This man is wanted for questioning in connection to the murder of fallen Capitol Police Officer Brian Sicknick. It's a very clear picture of his face on the left, and then the shot on the right shows a fire extinguisher in his hands. Sicknick was hit and killed with a fire extinguisher during last week's riot. Today, President Trump made his first appearance since last week's deadly Capitol riot. He visited Texas to view a portion of the border wall. As Skylar Henry reports, meanwhile, the House is considering two measures that call for the president's removal from office.
I think it's causing tremendous danger to our country.
President Trump is lashing out at congressional Democrats as they prepare an impeachment vote on charges of inciting last week's assault on the Capitol.
It's been analyzed, and people thought that what I said was totally appropriate.
On Capitol Hill, House lawmakers began consideration of a resolution asking Vice President Mike Pence to invoke the 25th Amendment to remove the president from office.
Our nation, our democracy, and our freedom cannot risk another day of the Trump presidency.
I think this resolution is misguided and inappropriate for the legislative branch to pursue.
Democratic Congresswoman Norma Torres described an emotional call with her son during the hours-long riot. 5 people died, including one Capitol police officer who was viciously attacked.
All I could say, sweetheart, I'm okay. I'm running for my life.
Senior officials tell CBS News the vice president is unlikely to invoke the 25th Amendment, setting a stage for a full House impeachment vote as early as Wednesday. Some House Republicans are instead calling for the less severe step of censuring President Trump, which would not result in his removal from office.
The authorities have seen online desires to come back to Washington and to go to other places to cause more trouble and more violence.
Senate Minority Leader Chuck Schumer is calling for known rioters to be placed on the no-fly list. Skylar Henry, CBS News, Capitol Hill.
We asked the St. Louis office of the FBI what steps it's taking in light of potential threats ahead of Inauguration Day. In a statement, it says our efforts are focused on identifying, investigating, and disrupting individuals who are inciting violence and engaging in criminal activity. We're gathering information to identify any potential threats and are sharing that information with our partners.